about another quarter of a mile down the road, you see the main encampment, which is if somebody was like a druid in a traditional campaign, they would be extremely mad because they can see like trees pulled up from their roots just to make room for this encampment. And it's a small army, and in the encampment they have like this machine with circular saws on it, and it's still made out of wood, but and like somebody you can
Wooden
it's
circles.
yeah, like it's basically a machine that you can drive with circular saws on it. And you can see a couple people most are kind of restless. From here on in, it's actually mostly human. You can see that the Urukai are making up a far less visible number than the humans at this point. And you see a couple of what you can assume higher ranking dudes because they have better armor and like they actually have helmets that don't just look like pots on their head, and they're standing over a map which some areas are colored in red and some areas are colored in green, and they're just standing there, they're talking in there to each other in hushed voices and just trying to decide what to do next.
Well, I just like to make a suggestion here, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's okay with everybody else, because it's not technically part of the Harbinger's core moves. But I'd like to use my nanofactory accessory to create an exact duplicate of the pin I'm wearing for Heave to have.
Roll it, and if you get a 10, it works fine. If you get a 7 to 9, you have to pay a price, and if you get a 6 minus, it doesn't work. Just roll straight 2d6.
I would be rolling Doom for this.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and roll Doom. That actually does make sense.
10.
10. Well, then it is fine. You do manage to make an exact duplicate of the pin, and I'm assuming he put it on somewhere that a small, tiny hole will not blemish his suit too much.
What you call it a suit?
I call it a suit, but
Really more of a small
More of a what?
small tent.
Ah,
yeah.
Like not a folded up tent, an erect tent with the carbon fiber rods running through it.
All right,
Just like
so
pointy and angular and weird looking.
are we talking like a fabric here or faux leather?
Um, hmm, be a fabric.
Interesting.
Or at least you think it's a fabric. It kind of hurts your eyes to look at it for too long.
All right, so you guys are actually in the middle of the encampment. What do you want to do?
Find out who's in charge and ransack their place.
All right.
Okay, sure.
I guess that would be. I guess that would be a speak softly.
Whatever.
Actually, I think first of all it would be a look closely.
Well, yeah. Yeah, actually, that would make more sense.
And my sense is 0. What about you?
0.
So let's both try.
Okay.
You want to go first or shall I?
I'm rolling.
All right.
9.
9. So you get to ask 2 of the questions since you have that ability.
1. No, that's only for getting away.
Oh, that's only for getting away? Okay, so go ahead and then ask 1 question.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
That map that guy is, that those people who seem to be higher up in rank are standing over, would probably be pretty valuable.
Okay, so I rolled a 9.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask, what here is a threat or a danger to me?
To you specifically, as you're looking around, you see a different kind of Urukai. He's bigger and burlier, but he doesn't have as many elven or human features. He seems to be mostly orc, and he's holding this staff. Actually, it's a staff with a blade on the end, and on the staff there's a gem, and that gem, as far as you can tell, would actually make it more difficult for you to cast your magic. You would be in despair whenever doing anything magic related.
Okay, because this is, me looking at the scene around me through the AR of my tablet.
Right.
So, a little thing pops up, says anti-magic gem.
You're right. Right.
I'm just saying.
Also, you find out that he's a B rank in R&D.
So I'm just saying, you can afford to be direct when answering my look closely questions.
Okay. Okay.
I have the technology that will give me straight answers.
It's not completely anti-magic since you could still theoretically cast spells, so it is magic dampening.
One scientist invented magic.
Now my program is splitting hairs.
Well, actually,
All right,
this is
so
why Twitter integration is a bad thing.
the Overlord's a loser. Hashtag fellowship forever.
Yeah, AR graffiti.
All right, so now that you know that,
Weird.
what do you wish to do armed with this information?
Well, since we're in a camp, I would like to recover, but I don't know what Barwin wants to do.
Well, I figure it'd be safer if we could just get in and get out. But I do understand why you'd want to, rest after that fall.
You can't really recover here
So it's not
because
safe
you're like neck deep in enemy territory. There's no way you could find a safe place to rest and recover.
Okay.
Lion's Den and all that.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do it live.
All right, so we need a way to get to that map, a way to photograph it using my camera accessory, or using my tablet. It's not an accessory if it's built in. Silly me.
Right.
Yeah, I need to get close enough to that thing to take a good high-definition photograph. If we can do that, we can find other places to search. But they have to know that I'm not doing that, because I suspect that Crunchy has, informed them of what something like this, tapping the tablet, might do, which would give the game away. So I'm going to need you to distract them somehow.
Yeah, just seeing what, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's a move called Keep Them Busy. You could try and do that.
I'm also looking at combining with skills. Doing an impromptu fashion show, which would be an enchanting performance.
Well, I do figure that this would be right up your alley.
Yes.
I mean, just look at your outfit. You clearly want attention.
Yeah, I'm doing a fashion show to keep them busy. I started playing obnoxious house music or something on my phone, and a runway just appears because elves. Fuck, shut up.
No, it's good. I like it. All right.
No, you throw your phone up into the air where it can hover,
It explodes out.
and it turns into this great big set of flashlights that create the runway effect across a regular patch of road.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So for this, you can either roll Grace, since you're using your Grace to distract them, or you can roll Courage as a standard keep them busy. But in this instance, I will allow for either or. But remember that your Grace is in despair.
Yeah. We'll roll Courage, I guess, then.
Okay.
Which I will have to roll Grace anyway because I'm doing a enchanting performance to try to make bonds with people.
Well, what is your
okay.
+2, by the way? Your second +2, I mean.
I have +2 in Blood and Grace.
Ah, blood. Go figure.
Because, I am ripped as hell because of models.
And then sense is 0, wisdom is -1, so courage is +1.
Yes. Nope.
Oh. All right.
I failed that.
How much of a nope are we talking here?
A 4 with the plus.
A 4 with the plus. All right.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I just do not stall them at all.
You keep doing your fashion show, and the people in charge they just don't give any fucks. They just keep working past it. They have to shout a little now that the music is blaring, but they're still concentrating on what they have to do.
Drop the bass. I try to conceal my exasperated sigh.
And you got to note even worse with face.
All right, so since that failed spectacularly,
You could try something else.
Yeah, he could try something else.
Like, I got my own job here, so come on, keep going until you either die or do something useful. I believe in you, man.
What the hell else can I do?
Sabotage. You got that great big machine out there.
Okay. Good, more grace walls.
If it explodes, then, that would get a lot of attention.
I'm assuming I want to grace up to it unnoticed, Avon.
All right, go ahead. Well, I mean,
You might also be using courage for this, or blood, sorry, for this too.
yeah.
Blood,
Yeah, actually, it says here that
If you want to,
draw upon my pride to rid people's innate talents.
when you try to overcome using blood, that involves doing it by drawing upon your pride, your rage, your passion, or your people's innate talents.
yeah.
We should be good at technology because we're spacemen. Okay, let's roll for blood and let's not botch for war this time.
And you don't need to grace your way over there because you've got that pin there, which
Yeah, you can.
lets you get through without much notice.
Yeah, they pretty much assume that you're with them.
Yeah, okay, I'll roll for blood.
And the fashion shows are just the way of your people, so they
Yeah,
ignore that.
yeah.
I will roll for blood for sabotaging the big,
The big circular
sawmill
saw.
machine.
Yeah.
which I presume is playing Powerhouse constantly.
I got a brand new combine harvester.
What? No, Powerhouse.
Or Toxic Love. Toxic Love, Ferngully.
Not a combine. Okay, I've succeeded. I've rolled an 11 plus 2 for
13.
Yep. You look around it for a little while, and with your innate knowledge of machinery, you can tell that even though this is still rather really primitive, it runs on some sort of inflammable fuel. So you open up where you would put more in. You casually walk away, and then a couple minutes later, there's just this huge explosion, and the people in charge, they look up. They have completely left the map alone. They're trying to figure out what the fuck just went on with their machine, and you can hear them saying that, damn it, this is going to set us back a week at least.
I still love how inflammable means the exact opposite of what you think people think it does.
I know, right?
Inflammable means flammable.
Inflammable! Don't worry, it's inflammable.
All right, and yeah, while they're doing that, I just sort of quietly walk in, snap a picture, snap another one just in case, and then quietly walk out.
All right, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. Everybody is just so fucking distracted by this machine exploding that they don't even notice you.
Oh yeah, I looked it up. Inflammable came before flammable.
Huh, okay.
So flammable is just a shortening.
You know, they said, hey, start saying flammable instead because inflammable is confusing. So instead, it's made it more confusing. Good work. Anyway,
so you have a picture of the map, and when you look at it, like when you get move off to the side, take a look at it. No real labels on here. What sort of stat? Roll either sense or wisdom to try and determine what the colored areas would mean, because there's no labels, because they would know just from using it all the time.
They're given a tutorial at some point
Yeah, pretty much.
in the big evil officer's quarters.
Yeah.
Sorry, officer's school. I'm going to roll wisdom because that is my good stat. That isn't doom.
All right.
Oh, you aren't getting away. 9.
9. You can't determine what a couple of the things mean, but you can assume that red areas are places that they've searched and found nothing, and blue areas are places that they've searched and found things of interest. And in those blue areas, there are a couple of different symbols, but because you only rolled the middling success. You can't determine what those symbols mean.
But I can compare it to like an occupied territory map
Right,
that I just happen to have on my tablet because that would make sense.
right. You don't really see the same symbols.
No, I'm just saying like comparing like
Oh,
colored territories based on
right,
where they're concentrated
right,
in order to determine like what each color generally means, whether it's a point of interest or a point of uninterest.
right. And then shortly after the explosion, Tanis, you see that shadow again. It's not in the camp proper, it's still out in the trees, and you still cannot get it in the dead center of your vision. It just keeps moving to and from your peripherals.
Hmm.
I thought I was the one with the peripherals.
All right,
Okay,
but
so are we done here at the camp?
Well, I don't know. I'd just say maybe you should take one more look closely to get maybe another hint about what the hell this thing is, and then we'll say it's the end.
Let's look closely at it. I do not have a bonus for sense, and I rolled an 8.
so you get to ask
No.
one question.
Okay, fine. In regards to that shadow thing,
Yep.
hey, what the hell's going on right now?
What's going on right now?
Oh, wait. No.
Oh,
I take it back.
okay.
What is going to happen next?
What is going to happen next? Well, as far as concerning that thing, you really do not know what's going to happen next because you can't look at it directly. You don't know what it really is. But
Ooh, hiss.
you can tell that the camp itself is starting to round people up and starting an inquisition, and you see a couple of the higher ranking dudes are talking to these guys in blue robes, and like they have really ornate dragons like stitched all across them, like the wings are actually wrapped around and going up past their shoulders.
Oh,
And
how tail be gaudy. Gaudy.
So 200 years ago.
and you see guards looking around and start pulling suspicious looking people up, and you guys are pretty suspicious looking because you're not really dressed the way they are, and that line
I did assume that we were getting the hell out of there as fast as possible once the thing had happened.
Yeah, but it's a big camp, so you want to start trying to get a little bit quicker because this explosion is like him seeing this is almost right after the explosion happened.
Yep.
Well, hell, that sounds like a getaway roll to me.
Well, fuck it. I hop on
Yep, go ahead.
butterscotch and get out of here. That's me.
Oh, if you're using, you can use bonds if you want to do that instead of rolling grace, since you're still in despair for grace.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I rolled a 3.
Oh,
I have a horse bond.
yeah.
God damn it.
What did you roll? What did you two roll?
Four
Well, I know Bobbin rolled a 3, but what did you roll, Eve?
4 plus 1, so a 5.
5. So, as you
Nope,
whistle...
I still get to choose one. You can still penalize me. I get to choose one.
All right.
It's I get away quietly without drawing attention.
All right. You leave poor Arthur behind, and
Later.
yep, you two are separated, and you manage to get away quietly. However, Arthur, you find yourself surrounded by 3 of the Uruks and one Uruk and the Uruk with the magic dampening crystal, and one of the dudes in the robes walks up, and he looks you over. He sees your pin, but he doesn't seem to be impressed. I have not seen you before.
Well, of course you haven't. I've only just gotten here.
Lousy
security you've got, too. I mean, look at that.
Yes, it's rather suspicious. A man I never seen before suddenly shows up without announcing himself, and then our equipment explodes. Fancy that.
Without announcing myself, I clearly explained to the guards at the gate what I was doing here.
You did not explain it to me. Would you please step inside my tent? And then the 2 of the Uruks like get closer to you and encircle you, making this scene like pretty much subtly saying in the way that since they can't speak English that that wasn't a request.
Well, clearly you don't know whom you're dealing with.
No, I don't. And if you step into my tent, we will find out.
Yeah, probably don't do that.
I'm going to pay a price. Then I'm going to show them not to trifle with wizards.
All right, so paying a price, the move will tell you what it costs you.
Actually, it just says pay a price. And Harbingers come with wizardly baubles, 2 uses, useful.
Right.
Which means that I use one of my spare batteries, essentially, to power a screaming banshee. It is essentially a holographic image of a screaming banshee, which, obviously makes it hard for anyone to hear and will damage the sense of someone in this group if this goes off correctly.
All right. Is that a magical effect?
It is a doom roll, so yes.
Okay, so you were in despair because of the crystal.
All right, getting my 3 dice out. That'll be a 6.
A 6.
I keep them busy, but I am also kept busy, and must stay still to hold them.
All right.
So this is going to mean the spotlight swings over to Tanis, and if you are going to do anything heroic, now is the time.
Right. Spotlight is on Tanis.
Okay.
So
let's try to keep.
Basically, what happened was you see these guys surround Arthur, talk for a bit, and then Arthur summons up a banshee.
Even if you couldn't see what was going on, you clearly heard the banshee go off, and you know that I'm in a problematic situation.
Yes, and if you can't see him, he's clutching his own ears because he wasn't really expecting it. Like the magic went out of control and was way too powerful because of that crystal. And
no, actually, I would say that I unfortunately have to keep the emitter pointed at the center of the area.
There we go. That's better. And so he's doing that, and like the guards are covering their ears, and the guy in the robes, he's not covering his ears, but he does have this rather pained expression. Like he's not. Aside from that, he's not making any movements about this.
Okay, let's keep him busy. So I'll take out my bow and aim at the important-looking one.
All right.
And okay, let's see.
Courage.
+1 courage. Yes, I am. That with my plus is an 11.
All right, so you get as much time as you need. The arrow streaks past, and it looks like it's about to hit the important dude, but he looks over, and the arrow just sort of shatters in air and just goes around him instead. But between that and the banshee, he looks like he is really pushing his limits, and you see his nose start to bleed, and he's closing his eyes and concentrating on not getting hurt anymore. So you and everybody else is just way too busy with the screaming banshee to be of any use.
Okay, Bomber, you can take it. Or offer me.
Ta, gents. And off I go.
All right. Yeah, you managed to get away. Perfectly
and now
fine.
the attention is on me.
Yep. Well, no, not.
I am rather a bit further away.
Not really, because yeah, you're a bit further away, and also you rolled an 11, so you succeeded completely.
You bought as much time as you need, and that includes for you to get away as well.
Right. And you managed to get away successfully, and you're now deeper into the woods. So what do you want to do?
Okay, so the areas I've already searched and found nothing useful. They should not be coming around a whole lot.
First thing I'm going to do is laugh at the close call. Slap Tanis's back.
I'm very much like to rest so I can get my spells back, not be at disadvantage for my main spell.
Yeah, since you got away, and even though you technically haven't gained a fellowship with the community yet, I will say that you are in a safe enough spot that you can recover for the night. So you can go ahead and recover all your stats.
Okay.
So it's the next morning, and...
Well, it's basically it's sort of a between sessions.
Oh.
Fill your belly recovery situation to get.
When you're between scenes, you may use food to heal 1 damage.
And at the same time, elves get their spells back.
Right. Also, I think for elves, elven bread is regained between scenes because it's technically part of their gear and not just an item.
I thought you only replenished gear at a fellowship stop, though.
Oh, yes, you do. Never mind then. All right, so
The one?
yeah, there's a move called Fill Your Belly, so that's what you use in between scenes, and so you recover your damage. It's only 1 damage, but I think you only had the 1 damage stat.
But I think we have done enough for 1 session at this point.
I don't know. I still have
In
more
2
plans.
hours. Okay, fine.
If you want to stop, I'll be glad to stop. But if you want to keep going, I'm down with it.
Well, I'm thinking about stopping, but I want to know what Heave thinks.
Okay.
You want to stop, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, we'll stop then. That's fine.
A good 2-hour session.
Yeah. All right. So, end of session stuff. At the end of the session, we ask 3 questions. The first question we ask is, did we gain the fellowship of a new community or protect a community whose fellowship we already had? I will say, for the purposes of it, you haven't gained the full fellowship of the town yet, so no.
That's fair. I mean, we only sort of started a bar fight.
Right. Did we strike a blow against the Overlord and their minions? You definitely did by blowing that thing up. That set them back quite a bit. They need to get a whole new one or repair that one, and until then they have to do much slower methods of whatever the hell it is they're doing. So that is a yes. And were we heroes? Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
So, yep. And so for each yes answer, we as a group choose one of the following opinions or options, and this is including me since I am technically part of the group as the Overlord. Restore up to 2 uses of gear among the group, heal up to 2 damage.
Gear.
Yeah, heal up to 2 damage among the group, or the Fellowship and the Overlord each choose 1 player to level up. And even though the rules here say that you can't be chosen to level up if you are the highest level player, I'm going to make it a house rule and be it that if only the lowest level player can level up. If it's a tie between lowest, we as a group decide who. Because that would be really shitty to do, because if somebody's tied for highest, you can still have like 3 level 1 people, but like 2 level 4, and that's just not fun. So whoever's the lowest level gets to level up. If somebody is tied for lowest, then they choose who.
So, did you use up any of your gear?
I used an arrow.
Fair enough. And I used a battery, so I was thinking we could
You used a bat.
restore 2 uses of gear among the group.
Okay.
That's 1 for each of us. And then you would, you've got like 4 food uses, so you're pretty much set for that for a while. So you can use that to restore your single point of damage. And then we choose the level up option.
All right. Who's going to level up?
Fellowship and the Overlord each choose 1 player.
Oh, each choose 1 player.
Yeah, so 2 people are leveling up. But there are 3 people because the Overlord also levels up.
Yes. And I am going to choose myself to level up.
Rocking.
So, Fellowship, who's leveling up?
Bobbin.
I don't know. I'd actually vote for you because you kind of need some help.
Wow, rude.
I mean, no offense, but you were kind of not fulfilling your goals quite as well as I was.
Okay, fine.
All right. I promise that I will not choose myself to level up every time. I promise. I just have a couple moves that I really, really, really want to give my Overlord before he meets these guys in person for the first time. Well, technically not the first time, but the first time in game. All right. That was actually really fun. This game, like I said, is on Kickstarter. I have the link going on this entire time. It has 19 days left as of this stream. If you think that this sounds like fun and you want to do it yourself, then go ahead and donate the money. I think it's the $15 tier that gets you the book. That's the softback cover, and there are several other really cool rewards, but those are pretty expensive. But if you just want to help contribute to the whole thing, just donate $1 or $2. $2 will get your name in the book, and go and get some friends and have some fun. And I definitely want to do this again. Like we're doing this again. I don't know when, but we're doing this again.
Also, Ape will be here.
Also, Ape will be here. He will be playing the orc. All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you're listening to this after it came out, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Right.
Bye.